Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a Nissan Altima 2018 windshield replacement. Let's go ahead and get started and take off the cowl and the wipers before we do anything else. We popped our hood open. I had previously recorded this video, but unfortunately the file got corrupted, so we're going to re-record. First things first, use your pig's foot to remove the wiper nut covers. There we go, easy. Store them somewhere safe. Clips are very easy to take off. Has a kind of like each one a little pin on each corner. Kind of just dig the pointy part of the pig's foot through it and it'll pop right up. Very easy to save. There you go again too. Make sure you take each one off and try to save each and every single one of them. There's another. There it is. There it is. And here's another one. Right here. Oh, there's one right here. And for some reason, there's actually another clip right here upside down. No idea where that came from, but we'll take it. Guys, again, this clip pretty much just pops open from here. You kind of just dig your pig's foot, and when you close the clip, you kind of just push it. So when you open it, just push the bottom up, and it keeps them open like that. All right, now that all the clips are gone, let's go ahead and loosen the wipers. 14mm nuts. Make sure it's on loose. Our trusty Milwaukee electric ratchet. Make sure you don't lose these nuts, or at least keep extra replacements. All right, push on the joint a few times. There we go. Should pop off very easily. Push on the joint. Should pop off very easily. Next thing you want to do before you pull the cowl off, you have these little side corner pieces. You can do with your hands. Kind of just dig in there. And they should just pop right off. Or just kind of just twist off like that. Again, a portion of the side molding does kind of sit in there, so you want to start more toward over here. I started more in the middle, but whichever way you want to go. We're going to do it the right way this time. Start from the corner over here, dig through there, pop it, and just slide it down. And there's that one. Very easy to take off. Now come the actual side moldings. For the side, guys, I believe on this one we are going to cold knife it, so you guys get to see our cold knife technique. With this portion of the fiber tool, you could use this one too, but the windshield kind of gets in the way a little bit there. So we're going to do is kind of dig like this, kind of just kind of open up just a very little bit. Stick your fiber tool to where the little rubber lid is still kind of up, so you don't bend it down and cause it to crease itself. So you want to kind of dig into this little metal clip right there. Pop up, pop up. Again, do the same thing there. Pop up. You want to put the fiber tool in between these little metal portions right there when taking them off. There's another one. There's another one. Very easy. These are actually very easy to pull off. You should have no trouble. All right. Now, once we take the windshield out, we are going to pop these little metal things back in here. You can actually do it right now, and it's up to you whether you want to do it now. Just don't forget, because once you have the new glass in there, it can be a little troublesome to get these in here, but especially once you have the windshield out, easier to put your fingers in and pop them in if you have big fingers. All right, let's go ahead and just slide this cowl off. Should just be a pull. Just slide the cowl directly toward you. Put it somewhere safe where you won't step on it or trip all over it. Let's go ahead and close this hood. Grab our fiber tool. I'm going to put my tools on top of the latch so it doesn't lock itself. Same process as before. Pop right there. Dig your fiber tool into there while being able to bend the lip up. Don't put too much pressure on the actual plastic. Again, it's plastic, and you can actually crack it or break it in half. That's the last thing you want. There we go, there we go. Again. And there we go. We pretty much have the windshield almost ready to cut out. Next thing you want to do is take off this rubber piece if possible. Hopefully there's not urethane holding it in. So let's go ahead and use the same fiber tool. And again, we are able to rip it off. Should come off very easily. As you can tell, we have a lot of room right here, guys, for the cold knife to easily be able to slide in between and get a nice little cut. Especially since the windshield's has not been done before. Nissan makes this very easy. I think Nissan's one of the easiest cars to the sedan versions are very easy to cold knife and save the glass. So should have enough room to cut it, minimum risk to scraping the paint again, but you still want to make sure you keep control of the cold knife at all times. Again guys, we always prime our windshields on the edge of the glass on the inside. When it comes to the bottom, we already know that Nissan kind of lays over on the pinch weld by a little bit, so kind of just follow. Hopefully sometimes there's dot matrix that will let you know where to prime, but we always prime and clean our glass before we install it. Typically you want to just go underneath the VIN. Very rarely will the pinch weld go on over the VIN, so something to know. And we're going to put actually 16 overlay on this one instead of underlay. All right guys, for this cold knife we're going to start with a 1/2 inch blade, then work our way up to 3/4 inch. So first thing we're going to do is start off with the 1/2 inch. You don't want to start off with the really long one first because you could get stuck. All right, we're going to place that down right there, and we're going to finish off with our Milwaukee saw. All right, first thing you want to do guys is start on the corner. Like that. Again, not sure if you're able to see it. You want to start in between the glass and the urethane, as close to the edge of the glass as you possibly can. Now we are getting stuck on something. It might be the one, oh, it's the little setting blocks. There's a little setting block down here that's kind of hindering us from being able to push in there, but we're going to just push through it. Both hands on the blade. Now when you cut, you do want to angle it kind of upward a little bit, not too high because you'll cut through the glass. You just want to angle it in between that glass and that urethane. So you have a little push, use your body weight, and you should just be able to push right there. Now run it back towards you. Again, you want that angle. You should be able to cut really nice and easy back. See, there's that setting block that was kind of getting in our way. When you're getting to here, the edge, kind of control that blade to the best of your ability. There we go. You don't want to pull and then scrape over here guys, because then you'll owe someone a paint job and it's not something you want. Now you can always wiggle it. See, now we're going to go ahead and cut this little corner here as well. Typically for the sides, I like to stand behind the door, or you can stand in front of it and give a pull method. Pull, and you can use the cable to help you pull it. It's all about the angle guys. What also helps, if you're having a lot of trouble cold knife, cut this excess glue out and it will help you a whole lot more. This excess glue is causing pressure and it's hurting you from being able to cut it. Now what I'm going to do is finish going downward. These little things want to fly. We have a lot of wind today for some weird reason. Now what we're going to do is use our body weight. I like to keep 2 hands on the actual handle of the blade of the cold knife and just work way down. As you can tell, all that excess glue is what's hurting me right now, but we got through there. See, but we are open and loose. If this happens, make sure you go back and vacuum the dash guys. Do not leave any little pieces of glass like that for your customer. They will be upset at you, and it just does not very professional. Now we're going to start from the middle to the other side. This is a very easy job guys. Again, I'm not wearing gloves. I've cold knifed a few times, but I do recommend you do wear cut proof gloves just to be safe. Safety is very important guys, but sometimes gloves can hurt you from being able to grab things as well. So we're going to pull. Once we get to the corner, I'm going to go with 2 holding the blade for more accurate. Since this corner is not cut, I'm going to just take out the blade out. Just play it kind of safe, push it back to the middle, kind of just pull the blade out because I don't want to risk jumping and cutting the paint. So we're going to do the same thing. Start over here, and there we go. We got the whole corner. There's that. Now again, if you have a lot of excess, this one doesn't have as much excess as the other one, so we shouldn't have a lot of trouble cutting it. I'm gonna start on this one behind the door. Again, use body weight. All right, now that we got started a little bit, we can finish up by just pulling. Again, body weight is your key, is the key. It's not so much using your strength as much guys. It does take a little muscle, but you typically just want to use your body weight. Again, this cable helps a lot. We're gonna stop right there, and then we're gonna work up. We are gonna go back and vacuum this for her. Now we should be loose. We might have even been able to do it without using the 3/4 inch, but we have barely a little bit on this corner holding it in. To finish that off, I recommend, because when you do use the Milwaukee saw, you are going to want to add a little bit of leverage. Take the blade out, Leave that there for a second. Not sure how this got so dusty. All right, now to finish off this, just kind of stick your blade and just wiggle it in there slowly. There we go. As you can tell, it's loose now. Let's go do the other side, because the other side most likely is the same way. You could also switch to your 3/4 inch blade, but realistically just finish off with the little equalizer blade. Same thing as before. There we go. Now it's open. These blocks come sometimes on your new windshield. These add great for leverage. Let me show you guys real quick. Just put it right there, and if it falls, you run no risk of it scratching your customer's paint or making damage somewhere. Again, you guys can see a little bit of excess glass, shrapnel that fell. We're gonna vacuum that once we get the windshield out. We're gonna move our cold knife somewhere safe. Blade, save us a little bit of a trip. All right, again, very easy, very fast, guys. What I'm going to use is a bottle of just a long bottle of water, nothing special, so it helps the blade not overheat and get stuck. What I did was just pop a little hole right here in the cap, and what we're going to do is spray a little bit of water on the top of the windshield. Try not to spray on the actual dash. Again, it's just water. It's a lot better. A lot of people will use soap or water, but I like to use the water more. You run less risk of the water not causing it not to bond with the glue and the pinch weld, because the soaps does have a lot of chemicals. Now what we're going to do is finish off with the express blade this way and work our way that way. You can also start from here, then go that way. For this one, actually I'm going to go ahead and start like this. We're going to start like this. We're going to start at an angle too. You can see the blade. Try not to go crazy with the blade where you scratch all this, guys. It will damage the car, so be as careful as you can. Try to get to the middle. And there we go, we got all the way there. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Let's go ahead and grab our foam block so we can add leverage to the other side. You're gonna stick the foam block over here on this corner, which is kind of tight. This will help out a lot, guys. Now with your water bottle, same thing as last time. Spray on the windshield, let that water run down to it. Again, on the sides as well against water, and don't go too crazy with the water. You can have some of it spill into your customer's fuse box, and you don't want that. Now we're gonna start from the middle where we finished off on the other side and kind of work our way that way. I think there was a giant blob there of glue. I'm not sure why, but it was kind of hard there. Now we're gonna finish off on this side. There we go, and should be completely loose. Take the blade out so you don't cause any damages, guys. Set stuff again in a pile so you know when to come back for it. That leverage really helps us. These are the clips. We were able to cut through those clips pretty easy. Grabbing a glass is very easy. Again, the foam blocks are there helping us create the leverage. Rear view mirror also doesn't have the cable attached to there, so we are able to pull it out. We'll worry about the rear view mirror in a second. So we're gonna do is grab it, tilt it back a little bit. There we go. And slide it towards you. Hold it. Do not lean it on those fenders, you will scratch, guys. All right, guys, this rear view mirror is very easy. It's a straight just hammer off. One good little hammer and it should come off. But before, let me take off her stickers for her. Yeah, it's a very simple rear view mirror. Just kind of a little tap. There we go, we got it off. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and slide it on our glass rack. I find that's honestly the best way to take off those rearview mirrors, because this little metal piece will get stuck on it. Also, you can also see it's kind of bent back a little bit, so we're gonna kind of, in a second, once we put on the new glass, we'll have to fix that. Put that there, put our oil sticker there, grab our cold knife out of the way, grab our foam block that fell, see, it did fall. Grab our tools and our water bottle for express tool. We're gonna go ahead and put this up. Here, this too, before we step on it. All right. All right, before we start scraping, we're gonna go ahead and vacuum the pinch well, get rid of that excess excess glass, so it doesn't fall into our customer's car. And even though it still fell in there, that's awesome. Move our knives from there. We don't want to cut the dash. Sometimes the vacuum can even pick up some of the water, but let's go ahead and pick this up for a little bit. Again, it does not help that it's windy. There we go. This is coming off, guys. It typically happens with heat. So what we can do is kind of fix it for them if you'd like, or rip the whole thing off. I don't really think they'd be able to tell. Go back, vacuum it. Go ahead and go on the inside in case some of it fell. I hate leaving that glass for my customers. I cannot stand it. Again, treat your customer's car as if it was your own. Give a little bit of a vacuum there. Sorry about the angle of the camera. Alrighty. This urethane should be very easy to cut. It's warm right now. I'm gonna start with the nice equalizer SC170 blade, guys, first. I like this tool because you can replace the blades on it, and it just makes it very easy to cut the bottom of the urethane. Careful not to scratch anything, guys. I'm gonna leave my tool there for a second while I finish out the bottom first. Careful, because the VIN is a sticker, so if you cut that VIN, it will be a pain to get a new one, almost impossible. There we go. Finish off like that. What we're gonna do is just kind of, again, the cool thing is you can switch out these blades if you start getting a little dull. You can sharpen them too, but really the whole point of this tool is to replace the blades and just for quick, fast cut. Again, be very careful. This tool is these blades are very sharp and will cut you very easily. There we go. Finish off the bottom. There it is. Make a little pile here, guys. Again, we're not going to use this tool no more. Set it there. It's too risky to use that tool on this side, on the sides and on the top. So we're going to use our other tool, another equalizer blade. There we go. Keep your tool sharp, guys. This is a little dull. We did use it for a back glass for that tuberon video earlier, so, and the hammer. Again, same thing as always. Cutting towards you is a little more, I feel like you have more control cutting towards you. It is a little more unsafe, but cutting towards you just have more control of the blade than when you push away, guys. I'm not sure why, but it just feels so much more like I have more control of the blade. There's this clip. Peel it off, guys. Since we cold knifed it, we don't have to worry about any of the clip being left over under the headliner, so that's pretty cool. If you use the string method on this one, you're gonna be left with this little tip, excess tip there, plastic tip there, and you have to make sure you grab it, or your customer will complain of a rattling noise, and it's because that clip is bouncing around while they're driving. Finish off. Again, for some reason, pulling towards you, I have more control of the blade. Let's rip off this clip. Cut, cut, cut. There we go. Oh, we gotta pick that up before we forget. There we go. Control of the blade is very important, guys. Where we leave that clip, make sure and leave no garbage for your customer, especially on this nice car. Think of this car as your own car. All right. All right. while we have everything up, we're gonna dry the dash out real quick. Give a little touch up to the dash. Again, don't directly spray on the dash because you run the risk of spraying the pinch weld, and you don't want to spray the pinch weld with these chemicals. Spray away. Again, new urethane sticks to good, sticks well to old urethane. So just kind of do that. You're not gonna do a deep clean either, because you're not sure how the chemicals react to the dash. It is leather and plastic, but we don't want to leave any signs of dirt. Bless me. There's that. We want to dry up all the water. Just gonna give it a nice little clean, get rid of all that dust and dirt. There we go. All right, guys, we're about to shoot the new urethane. We have our Milwaukee gun ready to go. Again, make sure that V is directly straight to the, what do you call it, the metal rod. Typically you want to start on the bottom because there's always, in case you get a blob of glue coming out. So we're gonna start at the bottom as far as and comfortable we can reach. Oh, we always shoot the body, just more accurate set, guys. Nice, slow, straight bead, don't rush. Keep that gun to a speed you enjoy. Do not shoot the VIN. Again, the VIN is a sticker. You'll have trouble cleaning it. Pause right there. Don't want to shoot all the way up. Again, I prefer to have a seam down there and have a seam up here. Same thing as the other one. We're gonna shoot here on top of, directly on top of the old urethane. Very thin urethane line up there, but we should still get a nice little bond. Use the door as leverage, guys. Be very cautious on that hole where the clip was. Shoot on top of it. Slow down when you get to that corner so you get a nice little corner twist right there. There we go, there we go. Now the reason why we finish off lower there is because we're gonna go around that bead where we started. Slow down. We're gonna overlap it a little bit, about 1 inch. There we go, and then we're gonna seam it together. Again, the reason why we do that is when water goes down, water will just travel downward and go around it. It can't go up. Water, again, does not travel upward, travels downward. But we're still gonna seam that together. Now we're gonna finish off on here. Again, we're gonna overlap it, but we are close to the pinch weld right there, the end of the pinch weld, the edge. So, just a little bit. Same thing, always use that door to balance yourself, guys. There we go, travel downward. Now the reason we didn't finish off on the bottom corner like the other one was because we're gonna shoot backwards. Only do this if you're good at it. If not, continue, make a new bead. Start from the bottom then to the side, and then work your way from top to bottom. There we go. There we go. Now we're gonna seam those things together. Best thing to use for that is we're gonna set our gun down with the tip facing up so it doesn't stain their concrete, is these old clips. Now first thing we're gonna do, seam these two. Again, don't over seam as well. You just wanna kinda like close that dam so there's no dam created and no air pockets as well. Once you set the glass also, it should close all that. Definitely on the top, do never forget the top. You're running a risk of a water leak. Close it, close it, close it. There we go. We're nice and closed there. Flush. Same thing on the bottom right here. Be careful, you don't want that many waves on this windshield. So we made a blob. When we set the glass, we make a big little ball right there, but it's nice and secure. All right, we're gonna go ahead and set the glass. We're gonna set this right here so it doesn't stain. Again, we do a team set here, so more accurate set. Glass is primed and ready to go. So we're gonna grab it, 2 hands on the glass at all times. You don't want it to drop on your customer's hood. All right, go under. I'm gonna set my side first. I'm gonna set it, and then he's gonna set his over there. Set the tape so it doesn't slide down. Again, we went with 16 overlay. Now, where we did go over the overlap, it did kind of come out a little bit, but our VIN number looks really good. We're gonna go back with a glove, and just kind of finger trick it there, kind of push that bead into it to make sure you still get that nice secure bond. Again, don't overdeck, guys. And you want to kind of deck between the ceramic frontband and the dash, where you want to put your weight, because again, if you push lower, you pop the glass. So we're gonna go grab a glove and get that fixed. All right guys, the way to fix this in case of a misset like that a little bit, you kind of just stick your finger in there and push that urethane into it. Try not to make a mess, but again, it's urethane. Very easy to make a mess with that. You want to make it easier for the next guy to be able to cold knife it as well. As you can tell, we were able to push that seam back inside, that bead back inside. We're gonna do a little bit higher there, and there we go. We should be good there. Now make sure you got even spacing between this side and the other side before you take your suction cups off. And we are about even. Yeah, we should be fine. Yep, we are even. Now we're gonna do the process backwards. So first thing we're gonna do is put these side moldings back on. Leave the tape on for a little bit, probably like 10 minutes. I don't like leaving tape on for my customers longer than a few minutes, guys, because if not, they'll never take it off and they'll be left with some adhesive stains. So then just gently hold them down with 2 hands, guys. And there we are. Very easy side molding to take off. You should have no issues with it unless the previous tech just did not know how and just destroyed them. But even then, I'd be very surprised if that happened. Again, what you want to do is make sure you put every metal clip back in before you set the windshield, or it'll be very tight to get in there. And sticking a metal tool in there, you'll pop that glass and you have to redo your job again. And nobody wants to do that. So we're gonna do that. Put it in. Make sure they're all in. And then once we're in there, we're gonna start on this one. We're gonna start at the bottom to top. And there we go. We're nice and flush and even with the 16 overlay. There we go. Leave the tape on. Put the cowl back on now. Cowl is very simple. Again, easy to pick the hood up because we didn't let it latch and struggle. There we go. Stick those 2 corners in. Now watch this, guys. Just slide it back up. First get it in. Make sure it's lined up. There we go, lined up before you decide to push it in. Line it with the wipers as well. There we go. And we just slide it back up. Line yourself with the holes as well where the clips are supposed to be. So now, since we saved every single clip, we even got one extra one. I'm not sure where that one came from, guys. We'll look back at the video and see. All right, just go on, push them in, and push it down. There we go. Again, pop the top up, put it in, push it in. It's locked in there. I love Nissan clips, very easy to save and reuse. Then again, put in, push in. Again, here we go. There we go. Push in and push in. Very easy windshield to replace. You should have no trouble, my guys. Push in. There we go. Oh, that one seems to be broken by a little bit, but it'll still hold. There we go. I'm gonna look to see where that other piece came from, but I have no idea. These corner ones can be very, very annoying. But there we go. Okay. Again, shortest wiper blade goes on passenger side usually. Try and memorize where they were set before. Typically you want them in between and half of the ceramic frontband. Start with your fingers to tighten the nuts. You'll want to cross thread them. There we go. If you start off just with your ratchet. Alright, there we go. Set your ratchet to tight. With one hand, hold it so it doesn't move itself. Give one little extra little tug. There we go. Same thing as the other one. Hold it with one hand. Tighten. There we go. One little push. There we go. Let's put the covers back on. Covers are the same, passenger and driver. Won't matter which sides. There's that. While we have the hood open, let's go ahead and put these corner cowl pieces on. First thing you want to do is put the side molding into the corner piece of the cowl, or put the corner piece first into the side molding. Slide it up inward. Up. These little pieces, these little lips will lock into the fender, and then just kind of push them in, and then make sure it locks also into the cowl on the side. And there we go. We are good to go. If you want to double check yourself, just kind of slap it around toward the windshield middle of it, and you can tell we're locked in there. All right, same thing again. Kind of move the wiper a little bit if it's in your way. Just pick it up a little bit. First thing you want to do is slide that corner piece into the side molding. There we go. Get these lips to lock into the fender. You can just kind of push them in, or pull them in, sorry. There we go, there we go. You'll hear the clips. Not sure if you can see this part, but we're gonna clip it into the cowl now, and we're locked in. Make sure you left no tools underneath the hood. We are good. Yep, and then we also have to make sure we point out that her battery is very, very corroded, guys. Something you pointed out, but it was covered for a second. Just let your customer know while you're down in here, guys, because you don't want them to one day stay stranded, and if you just help them out in every way. Customers like that. As well as right here, make sure you don't leave no urethane stains. We're gonna go back and clean that right there, because while it's fresh, it's a lot easier to clean. I'm gonna go ahead and rip the tape off, guys, because I don't like leaving tape longer. Ensure that the molding doesn't come off. Again, be careful how you peel your tape. You peel it off too hard, you will mess up the molding. There we go, slow, nice and slow. There we go, molding's nice and tight. The molding's held in by butyl, but also the urethane underneath it will ooze out and sometimes hold that that molding, is what I usually like to do. All right, rearview mirror, very easy rearview mirror. Again, this did bend a little bit, but we should be able to just slide it back in and it'll lock itself in, as long as we didn't do too aggressive. We'll find out in a second. There we go, and we are slid back in there and nice and tight. Again, we'll give a wiggle, and if it wiggles way too much, guys, you might have to fix the little metal thing, but we are fine. Oil sticker back on to where it was. There we go. And what I'm going to do is actually go to the driver's side and align the rearview mirror to make sure that it is lined up correctly. Alright, again, guys, I never like to put my feet in the customer's car. Very rude, and so you don't know what you stepped on. So we're gonna do is align the rearview mirror to what we think is her height, and there we go. Check to make sure no garbage. Dash looks very nice. Everything looks good. Nothing like that, guys. Good to go. Glass. We checked our glass before we installed it. Also, make sure it had no scuffs, nothing like that. Side moldings are in. We should be good to go. Now we're just gonna give a clean to the windshield, and we are done. Again, guys, thanks for watching the video. Give a like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and feel free to message us for any questions. Later, guys.